On July 9th, 2010, our delegation assembled at Portland International for a flight to Quito, arriving at midnight. Victor Vaca and Blanca Puma met us with a bus to take us to our hotel Ali Macay in Otavalo, about 60 miles north of Quito. We stepped out of our room Saturday morning. We were greeted with the magnificent view of Volcan Calvache, overlooking the lovely courtyard.
After breakfast, we went to the Otavalo market, one of the biggest. Steve was able to find the Panama hat that he wanted. The market overflows with fresh vegetables and beautiful crafts and the occasional musician. The market was in walking distance, so people visited often and had beautiful souvenirs to take home. We had lunch at a lovely old hacienda with beautiful grounds and indigenous musicians who entertained us during lunch.
We worshiped with the Tokagan congregation Sunday morning. They were pleased to share their newly finished sanctuary with us.
Sarah Lauer interpreted for us many times during the visit. After church, we visited in the courtyard as best we could, although limited by using 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Quechua. The waterfall at Fedice is regarded as a sacred place among the indigenous people, and it's a favorite place for family visits. Monday morning, our bus delivered us to the worksite at Cocagon.
The education building was the focus of our work.
We were good parents with him, so we are very pleased. He is one of the good leaders of the community, and he is about 20 years.
Buenos días. Buenos días.
This action.
400 concrete blocks were passed hand over hand up to the 3rd floor. Sand was carried up in buckets from the courtyard below.
Yesterday, and then a lot of them. This new block end wall was built this morning, and the short front wall will be extended up to provide a safe railing. 2 blocks high along the edge of the balcony.
Wednesday morning we went to Cuatro Esquinas Church and school and were greeted by the children. Cuatro Esquinas is a Fedice-supported project and a previous Oregon mission work site.
Another morning, we visited the Fedice-supported kindergarten named in honor of Violet Vaca.
We returned to Tokagon to sand walls prior to painting. Dusty work. We had 2 days of Bible school with large attendance, a new experience for these kids. They have no Sunday schools either.
Using really hard. They're still using it.
Next day, Clown Corazon visited the kids. A good time was had by all. Next morning, we had snow on the mountain. It had been 62 degrees overnight.
When we arrived at Tokagon Friday morning, the cooks already had the fire started to prepare our lunch. Our painters had applied prime coat previously and went to work on the finish coat. So here's room number 3.
These classrooms will provide space for women and children's activities and a computer room.
The plastering maestro and his assistant were still finishing one room. Rick Ikeda helps mix the mortar for the 3rd floor end wall. The newly installed concrete blocks are part of the 400 we carried up from the courtyard on Monday. We love this view of Laguna San Pablo and Volcan Imbabura over the church roof.
Lunch was roast chicken, corn on the cob, potatoes, fresh cheese, fava beans, and salad.
At the conclusion of our work, we shared gifts, or regalos.
Back at the hotel, we enjoyed our farewell dinner with music provided.
Before leaving Otavalo, some of us visited the animal market early Saturday morning. That's one big cattle market right there. We made some tourist stops along the way to visit the San Francisco Chicken Project. First chicken project we visited was confined to a walled-in backyard. These bags of chicken feed cost $1,000 and will be consumed by the pullets in 2 weeks.
This grower had just sold a bunch of mature chickens and was starting over with these chicks.
Nice head lettuce and beets, I would guess.
Is this all going to be roasted at the same time?
At the San Francisco preschool, Doug Wirt presented the check from the Oregon region to the Fedice Chicken Project, and Steve Knox presented a check from the children at his Silverton church.
Dame el mar y su plenitud, regocíjese el campo y todo lo que en él está.
Victor Vaca interpreted for Bob Hanna's message. April Orestano presented a gift to the pastor at Romarillos. Women of the church surprised us with a liturgical dance. Back in Quito, we visited the cathedral and Independence Square surrounded by government buildings. Then we went to Victor Vaca's lovely home for a delicious lunch, a wrap-up meeting, and exchange of gifts.
Magic.